What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Gathering of the Juggalos edition of Positive Vibes. I'm your host, Not Slim One. Joined with me always, as every week, is the Iceman. What's up, bud?
Not too much, bud. What's going on with you?
We're shooting a show.
That's what we're doing.
I got up at 10 o'clock this morning, and I have to go to work for 10 o'clock tonight. It's about 6 p.m. I haven't gotten any sleep. And I'm starting 25 days of work in a row, pretty much. In the next 25 days, I work 23 days.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, buddy.
It sucks. But you know why I'm working all these days? Because if you watch previous episodes of Positive Vibes, I've been complaining negative vibes about money and my financial situation and how I dislike it genuinely and greatly. And what's basically the rundown is this. I took 4 days off for vacation, and usually back in the day, there was another guy that worked midnights at my job. And whenever I would take time off, I could reappropriate the time that I took off and make up those shifts, and I would never lose time. Even if I wanted to take a vacation, I basically had the ability to make my own schedule, right?
That's right, yeah.
And so this year, he's not working there anymore, and my boss is like, no, you can't do that. We're not doing this, we're not doing that. So I want to talk about the gathering, but I need to get this off my chest publicly so that I can document it forever, because it's really fucking pissing me off today, and then we'll jump into PV legit, okay? Let me drink too. And this is all I'm saying. I took the 4 vacation days off, and my boss told me we're not reappropriating shifts anymore. You take the time off, you get the time off. That's why I pay you vacation pay. So I went on vacation, and I came back, and I've been expecting fully to receive half a paycheck, because I took time off of work. And what ended up happening was, like a couple days ago, like halfway through my first week back, I think is a fair assessment of time, I get an email from my boss, and he's like, I'm going to give you a full check, like we discussed, and then you can make up the hours in the upcoming weeks. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. I genuinely, even now in this moment being pissed off, am super appreciative that he gave me the money.
Full check.
And that he gave me the opportunity to make the time up.
Yeah.
And that's no problem to me. But now what I'm finding out is, at the time that this is shot, tomorrow morning, I've got to go for a meeting with my boss, and I'm going to get a raise. Like, I'm like 95% sure I'm getting a fucking raise tomorrow. 5% uncertain I'm going to get fired. I'm not getting fired because he just fucking scheduled me for 23 days in a row. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Let me get back on point. The point is this. I took the 4 days off. He gave me a full fucking 2-week paycheck, and he gave me the ability to work those hours off while he's gone out of town. I'm getting a fucking raise tomorrow, and that's the start of 25 fucking days in a row. So I'm going to get at least a minimum of 7 to 10 hours overtime every week for the next 4 weeks because of these hours that I'm making up, right?
That's right.
That's fucking horse shit, man. In this moment, in my opinion of what's happening, call me fucking greedy, but I'm not, because I'm not making my fucking ends meet. I'm frustrated because I want/need more money to make said ends meet, right?
That's right.
Right. I'll fucking go on about it for another minute or two. I don't give a shit. I'm super fired up all of a sudden about it.
I can tell.
Yeah, man, because it's like, yo, if I'm going to give you 33 hours of regular pay, even though I said I was not going to do that, and then I'm going to let you make up all those hours for me by scheduling you 23 days in a row to work, and then I'm going to give you a raise, but all those extra hours that you work, not going to get paid for them.
Not overtime.
No overtime. No overtime pay, and no overtime pay with the new raise pay point is the point of what I'm fucking going off about. I'm jumping to conclusions. I could be entirely wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll retroactively pay me for the hours.
Maybe.
I'm confident that he won't.
Yeah. He's a boss.
But hey, who knows, man? I was totally convinced that I was gonna get a half a pay. Anyway, enough of that, okay? But that is kind of bullshit though, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
He knew he was gonna give me a raise. I knew I was gonna get a raise. And then he gave me this check, everything that I just said. Like, it's... He knows how dire currently my immediate financial situation is. And he said that he would take that, and that's the consideration that he took.
Just throwing you half a bone.
For lack of a better term, if I get retroactive pay, I retract anything negative that I might say now, but I'm basically getting fucked. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go on about it for 30 more seconds, okay? I just want to be very clear that I'm genuinely happy to receive the money that I did receive because I did need that immediate injection of cash. However, based on what I just said with the raise and the overtime, that's like fucking 30, 40 hours of overtime. It was like, I gotta make up 33 hours, 7, 14, 4 hours, 10 hours, 10, 20, 30. It's like 37 or 42 hours of overtime alone. Overtime.
Yeah.
That I could be getting time and a half. Anyway, enough. But still sucks.
It sucks.
You'll notice that, transitioning. I don't have any fucking money right now. So this is a weedless episode of Positive Vibes.
Which kind of works into the rage because you can't.
Yeah, I don't have any money to
De-stress.
buy weed, and I can't fucking smoke weed to chill the fuck out.
That's
All right,
right.
I gotta move on from this shit. The Gathering of the Juggalos edition of Positive Vibes. This is it. So, it was so fucking slick. The 2-hour video that I made is producing now. It's gonna upload today.
That'll be up tonight.
Well, it'll probably be up like late, super early Tuesday morning, like 2 or 3 in the morning, because my upload speed is garbage. But the Gathering was the shit. I had the best fucking time ever this year. I got like mega fucking turned up, and it was slick, man. Like all those problems in the previous PV that we had, getting stuck in the mud and everything. Once we got in the gate and leveled, met Mike Busey. It's a vacation.
Yeah.
You're on vacation. I don't have to get up and go to work. I could sleep whenever I want. You know? Fucking so many amazing fucking people and so much love at that place.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to go back again next year. What is something that I did that was outstanding? I met this guy. One of the most outstanding memories to me wasn't any event that was planned there, but it was this guy that I met named Ricky. I was like super fucking high, like super high. And there's just a short clip of where I introduced myself. I'm like, hi, this is my name, what's yours? And then after that moment, we hung out for like 2 or 3 hours, just going from campsite to campsite, trying to buy a pre-roll. We're so fucking high. And we're at the Gathering, and we can't find any weed at like 6 in the morning.
Holy
I had like
shit.
sweaty $6 bills in my fucking hand, and I'm like, looking for a pre-roll. We couldn't find one. It was great.
shocked.
That was a great time. Fucking hanging out with that guy, Ricky from Chicago.
Right on.
Oh yeah, right on, big time. Seeing Danny Kaye perform was the shit. I fucking loved that. I don't know if I talked about that one in the last.
I don't think you did much.
Danny
no.
Kaye was awesome. I think that it had the potential to be better, but there were some setbacks. He was supposed to take the wrestling stage, but instead of doing the JCW stage, they didn't get the JCW stage up in time because of the rain. The earth was too soft.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of complications with that. And as a result, they ended up shutting down another event that they had going on. It was called Kuma's Blacklight Party or something like that. And he didn't get a sound check. He came out. He rapped. Like, his rap is whack and shit like that. If you know you know a little bit of Danny Kaye. You're not a big fan of it,
Not
right?
A big fan, no.
But he came out and he did that. And it was fucking super awesome. But the sound check was fucked, and then his microphone died, and it wasn't.
there some discrepancy in his lyrics too?
He kept forgetting some of his lyrics, but the guy lives in Alaska and probably hasn't performed songs that he wrote when he was 16 since he was fucking 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did a song called After School Snack Attack.
Oh boy.
It's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Twisted was the shit. Dark Lotus was really good. I did a lot of fucking sleeping, man. I did a lot of unnecessary... It wasn't that it was unnecessary sleeping, because the body sleeps when it wants to, you know? But, like, I just really overexerted myself the first 2 days with the truck getting stuck.
Yeah.
And then once I caught up on sleep, it was good. It was real good. I loved it. Insane Clown Posse was the shit, man. I fucking bought $30 fucking worth of Faygo before I left Canada, and we still ended up having like maybe, probably close to 15 or 20 bottles left over.
Did you really? Holy
well,
shit.
maybe at least a dozen bottles. I'd have to count. I took a picture of it, but it was awesome. And then Ross and Dan, they weren't going in the crowd or anything, so I just left my Faygo with them. And I'm like, I'll be back. So I kept running in and out of the crowd, and they do Faygo breaks at the clown shows, or they just stop playing music, and a bunch of clowns come out, and they're dancing on the stage, and they're throwing Faygo on everybody. It's just like a 1 minute cut, you know what I mean?
Between sets.
Right. And so every time they do a Faygo break, I grab the bottle, and I was just shaking it over my head like a fucking time bomb. Excuse me, and the last part of the Faygo break is they do a countdown, and they say, splash everybody. So I was just shaking it over my head, and whenever the countdown was done, I just cracked it wherever I was at.
Oh, shit.
I fucking loved it, man. It was so fun.
That's awesome. Talk about Faygo bottles. I've been looking at this one over here for since you got back.
The big
Just been
silver
kicking
bottle?
around. Yeah, what the hell's up with that thing?
The
Look
big
at that.
silver bottle's the shit. I went and I saw Will Sigler, and he was setting up the Big Silva show. Big Silva is just a giant fucking ball of duct tape. That's all it is.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. It's a big ball of duct tape, and they drop it on shit.
Oh, shit.
That's it. That's it. So they fucking did that. I went to it, and I brought this French Faygo, and I gave it to him, and I was like, oh, can you smash this? And they ended up putting it on a glass table and smashing it, and at the end of the set, they weren't really picking it up, so I went and grabbed it, but look at that, man.
Yeah, fucking...
Just shattered it.
ruined it.
Ruined. So that was fun. That's a good memory. And during ICP, man, I fucking went and smashed my way through the crowd. I kept going back from the back of the crowd to the middle to the back to get my Faygos and shit. And then when the Faygo Armageddon started, I just was like, well, I'll see how far ahead I could walk. And if it gets too intense, I'll just turn around and leave. I ended up getting all the way up to the stage, no
right
problem.
on.
It only took like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, it felt like. I had a couple guys lift me up and throw me over the fence,
That's
over
awesome.
the barrier. And then I jumped up on the stage, had a big Faygo Armageddon, that's what they call it, at the end. Everybody bum rushes the stage at the end of the shows.
Yeah.
And they bring out cases and cases of Faygo for everybody to do Faygo Armageddons.
Holy shit.
So I did that again this year. I did it last year too. And I salvaged one. That's what this Diet Faygo Cola is. It is an English one. And that's what this one is.
The only reason why we see a diet one in the house?
Fuck you, man. Yeah, it's the only reason you see a diet one in the house, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
My feet, man, were so sore. I think it's because I don't do anything in my regular lifestyle, so like all that additional walking that I'm not used
Really,
to.
how often are you on your feet?
Never.
Yeah.
I get up, I walk to the toilet, and then I walk to my truck, and then that's
You walk
it.
up some steps to work, and then you sit.
Yeah, and then I get out of my truck and I walk up fucking 20 stairs and I sit down for 10 hours and repeat, only in reverse.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. The gathering was awesome, man. I got to fucking get a stoner bowl this year. Last year I didn't fucking budget a lot of money for vendor food because I wanted to save some loot.
What's in the Stoner Bowl?
I think last year or the year before was like a place originated it, and now I think everybody's just adopted the term.
Oh, really?
'Cause my stoner bowl was I got the breakfast stoner bowl, and it was just a sausage and some shredded potatoes and some eggs and a piece of toast.
That's
It wasn't
all
really, yeah, it was like it's like what we get when we go for breakfast, only greasier and in a bowl.
Yeah, in a bowl.
That
All
was
mixed
it.
together.
But I did the gathering with Ross Questenberry, and he's gonna release a show on his channel called Juggalos Review Foods, And we actually got a stoner bowl. I'm not sure if we got it from the original vendor that originated the concept, but we got something called a stoner bowl. And, excuse me, just had like 2 different kinds of melted cheese on it, and it was fried. Excuse me, some French fries and some other shit.
Do you know when he's releasing that one?
The Juggalos Review Foods videos? Well, I don't know exactly when he's releasing it. I've been a bad friend. We're shooting this now. It's been about 2 weeks since the gathering's been over. And I have yet to find a moment to send him a file that I shot with my camera.
Oh, really?
And he needs that camera angle for his show.
Shit.
So I've been a bad friend. I told him I'd get on it on Sunday, but clicking things was not in my best interest. I got super fucked up with you over the weekend, and it wasn't a good time. I came back from the gathering and took a break from filming and then shot a show and then took another break from filming, and now we're not caught up anymore. We're actually almost behind in footage.
Almost.
So we got to get on that, and now I got to work these fucking 25 days and shit in a row. So that's
gonna
it's gonna put a damper on filming.
Yeah.
Whatever. When I was lit at the gathering, I saw Violent J at a golf cart. I went to a lot of events and saw Violent J at a lot of events, but this year I never approached him or said hello or anything. There was one time where I did start to approach him, but it was super late at night and I was hyper lit and everybody was also like approaching. So I was like, oh, join the crowd. And then when I started walking up, he drove off before I got the opportunity to really say, what up? We shot the fucking pork chop challenge. When this show is airing, that will drop on Friday.
That's right.
We shot the Webmaster Pork Chop Chomp Challenge. And I was super, super grateful to have Scotty D from FagoLovers.net and Tracy Fuller from TrueJuggalowFamily.com. I made friends with those guys in the last couple of months and showed them my movies, and they were both really interested in wanting to make one, so we shot one, and that was fucking awesome. Got a special guest host that is going to do that show. It's going to be hard to edit that show. Some of the camera angles were a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
One of the best cameras is like also one of the worst cameras at the same time. There was like a fucking bill, and it's like blocking a part of it the whole time like this, you know what I mean? So it's hard to... Whatever. I'll deal with what I got.
On location, you never know what's gonna happen.
We need a cameraman.
We do.
We need to get a dedicated cameraman.
Not easy to do,
It's
though.
not easy to do. People don't want to come over and fucking film every fucking week for free.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever specifically asked for compensation for their time, so maybe that's an incorrect statement, but I don't know. Also, maybe not.
You get people high.
Yeah, I do. Smoke weed with them. Yeah, I guess they do get compensated. Fairly is, I don't know, up for opinion.
Who knows?
Anyway.
We'll work for weed.
I have a sign up on the wall that says we'll work for weed. What else did I do at the gathering, man? I went to the JCW tryouts. That was the shit.
Tryouts.
Yeah, people can go and fucking try out.
Oh, really?
I think I
Holy
don't know how
shit.
it works, but I think if you win the tryouts, you get to be in a match or something that
That's
they have.
cool.
Maybe for the oddball brawl. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was slick. Everybody passed the fuck out though at the gathering, man. I was the last one in my camp to fucking stay up.
Really?
And
that kind of
see the
surprises me.
I went right after ICP. I went and changed my clothing, and then I went down to the JCW stage to see Bloody Mania, which is like one of the last events. Everything that ended at the gathering was over on the JCW stage, and I went down there, bro, and I just kept passing out. Like,
Really?
I did stay up for the Deadly Medley and all that. Like the very, very, very last event this year was at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the day broke. You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty slick. It was ICP came out and did a song, and then they leave the ring, and then Wolfpack as a group, they came in and they rapped, and then they left the ring, and then another group, and repeat, and then they went through another cycle of all the same artists again,
Oh, right.
and then everybody came out at the end and just like was dancing and whatever.
Hooting and hollering.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was
Right
really
on.
fun. I was tired as fuck, man.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
tired the whole time. I need to fucking get a golf cart. I think even if I had a golf cart, I'd still be mad tired.
Yeah.
But
well, between the heat and the partying, that alone.
yeah, it's so exhausting, man. It really, really is. I need to like party for a week in advance before I go to the gathering so that my body is ready for the gathering. I fucking pre-game the gathering.
Yeah.
But now here we are, almost the middle of August, and the gathering has been done for 2 weeks, and my life is slowly... It quickly got back into the regular old bullshit, but now with this 25 days thing, it's like a weird transition.
Yeah, that's going to be a big change for this next month.
Yeah, hopefully September is going to be pretty fucking easy. I'm not looking for... I have 2 legitimate days off where I work 0 hours in the next 25 days. That's fucking crazy.
That is.
And there's days where I work until 8 a.m. and then come home and then have to be back at work for 3 or 5 p.m. Probably 3. And I come home from work, I usually don't fucking go to sleep until 2 o'clock.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's going to be pretty fucking...
Really going to be fucking with your schedule.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard. So, I don't know. That's fucked.
That is.
My brain's flip-flopping all over the place with work and the gathering. The gathering was the shit, though, man. I know we shot that show and talked about you being an introvert and everything. I'm not trying to bend your arm today, but you got to come to the gathering, man. You got to come out, fucking party with us, get turned the fuck up to about 100.
It's 200.
Forget it. It'll be awesome. It'll be slick.
Forget it.
Maybe Ricky from My Heart Pot will be there. I love Pot, based
Yeah.
out of Chicago. That guy's so fucking cool, man. He was so cool. What else was memorable? I get to see, like, a lot of people. It's all the people, man. The people is what's up, you know? I got to communicate with everybody that I've met over the last year or two going to these concerts. You make friends with on social media, and then you talk to them all the time, but you never get to see them. So getting to see them in person, that's the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a big family
Well,
reunion.
I watched Mike Busey's show there on Playboy TV that he filmed at the gathering, and that's pretty much what everybody on that talks about. Is just the people, the love. Everybody's so friendly, accepting.
Because that's what it's like there.
That's pretty awesome.
I forgot about that, Iceman. I
How did you
fucking made
forget
it on
about that?
Playboy TV. Well, my brain's trying to think of so many different things. I made it on Playboy TV. Mike Busey was doing some field work for Playboy, and he grabbed a microphone, and a camera crew was following him. And Fat Ass, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, fucking dank. I've been trying to hit him up for days.
He just disappeared.
I hit him up.
sometimes, eh?
I'll tell my Mike Busey story in a second. I'm a bitch about Fat Ass for a moment. He's like, yeah, I got time to do the show. Never has time to do the show. Tells me, he's like, I can give you 2 hours from 8 to 10 on Saturday night. I'm like, sick. So you and me are in this room. We're
All
setting
set.
up the show. It's like 7 o'clock. We're getting all ready and everything. We're almost done. We're just about ready to go leave to pick him up.
Yeah, because we had the camera angle set up and everything.
Yeah, for two
over
people.
here.
Yeah. And then what fucking happens? He hits us up at 7:45. He's like, "Oh, I have to work," and he doesn't. And then he hits me up Saturday night at 7:45. I have to work. I haven't heard from him since.
Nope, not a word.
Not a fucking word.
And we were hoping to hear from him later that night. We never did.
I just hit him up like 20 minutes before we
Yeah.
fucking turned the cameras on. He's just totally not talking to me. I don't know.
What'd you do? Did you piss him off? No, didn't have a chance.
Hey, who knows? But anyway, back to Playboy. Mike Busey was doing some field work, and Dan was out of the camper and saw him and caught his attention and brought Playboy with Mike Busey inside the camper. And then Mike just fucking lays in my bed and is like rubbing my chest hair, asking me a bunch of questions and shit.
Yeah.
You go to the Playboy website, and I don't know how you search for it, but look for Mike Busey Gets Weird at the Gathering of the Juggalos 2015. I'm in it. My pork chop that I cooked is also in it.
Yeah.
And my pork chops that we cooked, I gave one to Mike. The pork chop is in the video, has more FaceTime than I do.
That's pretty bad.
Okay? But I'm still in the video. I'm immortalized on the
And
Playboy
he was in your
website.
camper. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and he was in the camper, and I got the full 8-minute clip and stuff.
No, he was in your bed.
Yeah, he was in my bed. Mike Busey was in my bed
That's awesome.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was a great time. The camper ran flawlessly. We did a lot of videos about the camper for the gathering. The camper ran flawlessly. There was no problems. Problems with the camper were not the camper. It was I couldn't get the fucking camper level. I gotta work on that, man. The ground at Legend Valley is so uneven.
Is it?
It's
yeah,
really
you mentioned that before.
It's
how bad
super
it is.
shit.
Rocky
I gotta
and hilly.
figure out some kind of I gotta fucking figure that out. Some kind of ramp system. I keep thinking about 2 small decks, maybe the size of this desk for a visualization, okay?
Yeah.
And then you can level these. You can level these super mad easy, and then back the camper up onto these little ramps.
That's all right.
And then at least your camper's not sitting on uneven ground, and it'll be easier to.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be okay.
And then if the ramps or whatever, you get little ramps to back up onto these. You see them sitting 6 or 8 inches off the ground, and then little fucking. I don't know. I'm never gonna ever build anything. I fucking suck, but I keep thinking about it because leveling that thing was a bitch. And then the other thing is, if you have a camper, the fucking door mechanism handle on every camper is the same now.
Yeah.
I've never hardly ever seen one that is different. Mine, different, of course.
Of course.
So the fucking 33-year-old tumbler broke. So now the camper doesn't have a tumbler in the lock.
I still can't get over that.
It was all fucking cast and corroded and fucked, and it just totally fucking broke.
But what was the any key tumbler is now the no key.
Yeah, now it's a fucking stick.
Yeah.
You can still lock the gate. You can still lock it by putting a stick in it and pressing down the lock.
Yeah, but still.
But that's not safe. I need a fucking tumbler now. So I gotta work on that. Camper ran flawless. Pulled nice. Straight. The brake controller was probably the best thing I bought.
I bet it was.
I never had any I never felt like I had any problems stopping or anything. That was really fucking slick.
You went a couple days without air conditioning there, though, didn't you?
Oh yeah, the power died.
That kind of sucks.
We were the only one. There was a small group of people who blew up the generator, basically. I don't think the people blew up the generator, but it stopped functioning properly, and we're having brownouts on our sites. A lot of people were completely unaffected.
Yeah.
There was only a small group of people on that one Jenny.
That's too bad.
It was a bummer. It was really fucking hot. I'd like to make the camper self-sufficient.
Get your own generator.
Like to get a Jenny. I'd really like to stuff a bunch of batteries under the bed and go solar on the roof.
That would be awesome.
But it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
A lot of money, a lot of
$400 to get electricity run to your camper at the gathering. It's probably fucking $3,400 to get the fucking camper going on that solar tip. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
So that's it's not out of the question. So we've been running for a half an hour, man.
Holy shit! It doesn't even seem like it. Wow.
I can't believe it. But the gathering was the shit. I've said it several times, and that's because it's a true statement, worth repeating.
You fucking loved it.
I did love it. I didn't love the mud, man. I didn't love getting stuck in the mud. Fat ass didn't like it either. He was all like,
he was
I'm just gonna take
whiny.
all my money. I'm gonna take all my vacation money and take a bus to Columbus and then fucking fly home or whatever. Maybe not
Yeah,
fly, but
I think he was gonna take
the
a bus
point. Yeah,
home.
the point is he was gonna fucking leave
Yeah.
because I got my truck stuck in the mud and then he got fucking
got really
high.
muddy.
He got super high and fell in the mud. We get out of the truck. He's muddy. He's pissed now. He changes his clothes, falls in the mud because he's fucked up, and then another time he had to fucking change his clothes again.
Oh,
Whatever.
fuck, poor guy.
Oh yeah, I know, eh?
So we cried at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit.
But he had a good time, and he says that he can't wait to go next year.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All depends what happens next year.
Well, as long as I'm alive and I own my truck and my camper, I'm gonna fucking
He
go.
might have that wedding that he has to go
Oh,
to.
yeah. I don't even need to own the truck next year. As long as I own the camper, I'll find somebody that has a truck that wants to pull it for me.
Yeah.
So, there's more. There's more stuff in life going on. But basically, the top 5 things at the gathering. Let me see. Going. Just simply going is number
Definitely,
5,
yeah.
for sure.
Meeting Mike Busey is definitely.
Oh, yeah. Busey in the bed. In no particular order, then. Just simply going, number 5. Meeting Mike Busey, number 4. That's a great one. Mad Child. Mad Child was hands down the best performance that I personally was at the gathering.
Yeah.
That was the fucking shit. Those pork chops from the pork chop place, man. Those are the shit, man.
good, eh?
You need to go to the gathering and get one of those thick ass fucking pork chops.
were
That's what we're
pretty thick,
eating on
eh?
the challenge that comes out on Friday. They're
Those were
so
fat
good.
Fucking chops.
Oh yeah, man, they're fucking big and greasy and delicious. And I don't know, in no particular order, my number one thing for the show, for going to the gathering, is the people.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I was
like,
gonna
it's
say,
so
meeting people.
cliche to hear in every single fucking video constantly,
But
but it's a fact. Like, it's a fucking fact. And I'll always say that, you know what I mean? It's going to see the people that you don't get to normally see in your regular life,
yeah.
and experiencing good times with them. Oh, and number 6, the dope. The fucking dope, dude. Forget it,
Yeah, how
man.
did you leave
I got
that out?
so fucking high, man. Like, I said this in another show that we recorded that might get released or might not get released. Like, I don't glorify the drugs that I do. Like, weed is a different kind of thing, you know what I mean?
It's medicine.
But, you know, like, I ate some shrooms at the gathering, and I took a couple hits of acid. Not all at once. But yeah, man, like, I was just so fucking high, man, and
Yeah.
just sweating. My body was having such a hard time regulating its temperature.
Fuck.
It was a good time, man. It was a
That's
fucking awesome fucking time.
That's
So
great, brother. I'm glad you had a good time.
I'm glad I had a good time too. I gotta walk more and buy a golf cart. I need to do those two.
One
man.
cancels out the other, I think.
Yeah. Gotta get a golf cart for next year.
Yeah.
Big time. I need that kind in my life. Because fuck walking, right?
That's right. Exactly. Fuck walking. Who needs it?
I think that's probably about it, Ice. We've been running for 34 minutes. And, you know, we'll skip Ice Advice maybe this week if you want, unless you got some. You got
No,
some?
I don't have anything tonight. I didn't
No,
really.
Ice Advice.
This was kind of an off the shot
Yeah,
show.
yeah, it really is off the cuff.
I didn't really think about it too much.
Well, if you guys need some advice in your life, you can leave a comment in the comments section
More than
below the
happy to give you some
video.
advice.
And ask Iceman for some advice. Whatever you need advice about in your life, he'll tell you how to do it, how to live it.
I can do that. I can tell you how to live your life. You may not want my advice after I've given it to you, but I'll fucking tell you.
And then I'll force you to do it. But I don't know. I think that's it. So no ice advice this week, and that is it.
That's it.
That's it. So thanks for watching this episode of Positive Vibes, you guys, and stay tuned next Wednesday at 10 p.m. for an all-new episode of the show, because that's what we do around here. We release new episodes of this show every Wednesday.
Week.
Every fucking week on a Wednesday.
Love it.
I love it too.
It's fucking awesome.
And if you love it,
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know by clicking the like button. Okay?
Tell your friends to subscribe.
And subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe.
Hell yeah.
And now that is it. So thanks for
That's it.
watching this episode of PV. We'll catch y'all next week. I'm your host, Not Slim One. As with me always is the Ice Man.
That's me.
And we'll talk to you next week, everybody. Peace.
Peace.